Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to this vlog. Here to give you another college football preview for the 2016 season. I'm continuing with the Big 12 Conference, and for this vlog I'm going to talk about the Baylor Bears. Last season the team went 10-3, winning the Russell Athletic Bowl against a good UNC team. This team would have did a lot better had they stayed healthy. First, they started their star quarterback in Seth Russell. Then actually, Jared Stidham actually did a good job backing him up. Then he got hurt, and they relied on Chris Johnson, the third-string quarterback, to step it up, and then even the fourth-string quarterback as well in the Texas Longhorn game, in which they did lose close to my Longhorns. This is a great team who's definitely looking forward to another great offensive season. Seth Russell is returning to start at quarterback, while Jared Stidham is actually still at number 2, and they have outstanding running backs, and they have 2,000-yard rushers and Shock Linwood, who is second-team AP All Big 12 performer, as well as Johnny Jefferson, the junior, who had just 1,000 yards as well last season. Two great running backs in that tandem in the backfield. Now, their top target and wide receiver in Corey Coleman, he is no longer with the team. He is now with the Cleveland Browns, but they still have KD Cannon, the number 2 receiver for the Baylor Bears, and he is a freakish athlete. He has great speed, a little bit faster than Corey Coleman, and I think he will be the number 1 target for Seth Russell this upcoming season, and a Biletnikoff Award watch list player given to the nation's top wide receiver. He's definitely on my watch list this upcoming season. Now, on the defensive side, they did lose a couple of key players, particularly in Xavier Howard. He was one of my top cornerback prospects for the 2016 NFL draft. He was drafted by the Miami Dolphins in the 2nd round. That was a great selection. 2 young players who I'm definitely looking forward to. Hopefully they're going to step it up this year. As far as a team leader in Trayvon Blanchard, the linebacker, and I think a good cover safety who can step it up this year, and that is Chance Wise, who is an honorable mention All Big 12 performer according to the coaches. Now, the biggest question mark for this team is that can this team stay healthy? That is the number 1 concern, because this team could have definitely won the Big 12 championship had they stayed healthy in many people's opinions. Now, this season they actually have an interesting schedule. Their first big game is going to be held in September 24th at home against Oklahoma State. That's a little bit of a scare for them, but one of the biggest matches for in the month of November, that's when it really gets crazy for their schedule. November 5th against TCU at home. Then they have to travel to Norman, Oklahoma, and face Oklahoma Sooners on November 12th. On November 25th, this is an interesting matchup against Texas Tech and Patrick Mahomes, who's a good quarterback. That could be a scare. November 19th, I have to backtrack, Kansas State. That could be a spoiler alert for an upset. And lastly, in their final matchup against on December 3rd is against West Virginia. I think they will win that matchup as well. But I think the biggest match is between TCU, their match against TCU, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma. And I think that Texas Tech could be a scare as well, like I said. But I have to go for their season according to their schedule. I think they will get 1 loss. I think they have a chance of winning the Big 12 championship. I think it's really going to narrow it down more to Oklahoma and Baylor in this season, my personal opinion. But the race is still on for TCU as well as Oklahoma State. But I think really the number 1 and number 2 teams of the Big 12 Conference, especially with the returning quarterback in Seth Russell, I have to put Baylor at number 2 and Oklahoma, the favorites, at number 1. This is going to be a tough race between them and the Sooners. So I have to have them going 11-1 overall, possibly winning the Big 12 championship, but I'm still making the decision between them and Oklahoma. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be in just a couple minutes. I have one more blog for tonight. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Hakeem McCall. Be easy.